The Hopi people are one of the Native American tribes, descendants of the ancient Pueblo people that lived in the southwest area of North America, which today is called Four Corners. One of the groups of the ancient Pueblo people was the mysterious Anasazi, the Ancient Ones, that flourished and disappeared mysteriously between 550 and 1300 AD. The Hopi's history goes back thousands of years, making them one of the oldest living cultures in the world. The original name of the Hopi people, Hapadashinumu, means the peaceful people. The concepts of morality and ethics are deep-rooted in the Hopi traditions, and this involved a respect for all living beings. Traditionally, they lived according to the laws of the Creator, Masa. The Hopi believed that the gods came up from the ground, in contrast to other mythologies, in which gods came from the sky. Their mythology suggests that humanoid creatures, resembling the ant, inhabited the heart of the earth. Author and researcher Gary David lived among the Hopi in South Dakota for 30 years. In meeting and talking with these people, he found the philosophy, as above, so below. In essence, this means that the constellations in the sky reflect the geography of the earth. This is something that has been theorized about the three Giza pyramids in their relation to the stars in the Orion belt. While that theory has come under scientific scrutiny, it is interesting to note that David noticed a similar correlation between the Hopi mesas in the southwest and the same constellation of Orion. The three stars that make up the Orion belt are brightly seen in the early part of the year and line up exactly with each other. Many different cultures have given meanings to this particular group of stars, and it is evident that the skies have fascinated people for centuries. Gary David thought so as well and began to study the sky charts and the locations of Hopi villages and ruins. He noted that these villages lined up with all the major stars in the Orion constellation. He also studied the rock art that was on the caves and ruins. In this, he came to some very interesting conclusions, which led him to think about just how seriously the Hopi had taken extraterrestrial life and the significance of the other planets in the solar system. In the rocks and caves of the mesa villages, he found many petroglyphs that matched up with modern star charts and constellation patterns. Many claim that these ant beings resemble modern-day ideas of alien life, and some believe the Hopi tribe have seen and interacted with extraterrestrial beings. One of the most intriguing Hopi legends involves the ant people, who were crucial to the survival of the Hopi, not just once, but twice. In the Hopi traditions, there are cycles of time, similar to the Aztec mythology, and as with many other mythologies. And they believed that at the end of each cycle, the gods, as they called them, return. We are currently going through the fourth world, or fourth cycle. However, what is interesting in those cycles is the third one, during which the Hopi talk about the flying shields, which they call Patavotas. In describing how advanced the third world was, advanced flying shields were developed with the capability to attack cities that were far away and to travel quickly between different places of the world. The similarity to what we consider today as flying discs or even advanced aircraft is uncanny. The cycle we're currently living is the fourth cycle. This world of the fourth cycle achieved an advanced civilization that was destroyed in the end by the god Satuknang, nephew of the Creator, with great floods, in a similar way as in many other traditions. Fourth world is set for the appearance of the fifth and final world. This can be compared to the Christians awaiting the rapture, where the Creator comes back and the ultimate world begins. This was prophesied to happen when the blue Kachina, or the blue star, appeared. This was to signify the end of the fourth world and would be foretold by the Kachinas. They will remove their masks and become one with the powerful beings they are said to represent. The so-called First World, or World Age, was apparently destroyed by fire, possibly some sort of volcanism, asteroid strike, or coronal mass ejection from the sun. The Second World was destroyed by ice age glaciers, or a pole shift. During these two global cataclysms, the virtuous members of the Hopi tribe were guided by an odd-shaped cloud during the day and a moving star at night that led them to the sky god, named Satuknang, who finally took them to the Ant people, or as Hopi call them, Anusinam. The Ant people then escorted the Hopi into subterranean caves, where they found refuge and sustenance. In this legend, the Ant people are portrayed as generous and industrious, giving the Hopi food when supplies ran short and teaching them the merits of food storage. Ancient Egyptian depictions of Ant people are also seen, which is also very curious. According to Native Americans, these words were spoken by Satuknang, the sky god, at the beginning of the Fourth World. See, I have washed away even the footprints of your emergence, the stepping stones which I left for you. Down on the bottom of the seas lie all the proud cities, the flying pagodas, and the worldly treasures corrupted with evil, and those people who found no time to sing the praises to the Creator from the tops of their hills. But the day will come, if you preserve the memory and the meaning of your emergence, when these stepping stones will emerge again to prove the truth you speak. Furthermore, according to the Hopi's traditions, the survivors of the flood of the previous world spread into different places under the guidance of Massa by following his sign in the skies. When Massa landed, he drew a petroglyph showing a lady riding on a ship without wings in the shape of a dome. This petroglyph symbolized the day of purification, when the true Hopi will fly to other planets in those ships without wings. Many have said these flying shields, or ships without wings, clearly refer to what we know today as unidentified flying objects. In another part of the world, other drawings and carvings would give us the spark of a theory on another race of extraterrestrial beings that were here, interacting, and possibly genetically engineering mankind on the land of ancient Sumeria. These beings were the Anunnaki. The ancient Sumerian tablets, dating back 20,000 years, tell of the Anunnaki, a race of beings from the planet Nibiru, who created humans by taking the indigenous beings on Earth and splicing their DNA with that of the aliens. The Anunnaki race was believed to be superior and was thought to originate from the skies. It was through their teachings that the Sumerians were able to learn how to live in the world and take care of it until the gods of creation returned. Just like the Ant people of the Hopi, they were there to teach mankind about their planet and how to use its resources. It is interesting to note that there is a linguistic link. The Babylonian sky god was named Anu. The Hopi word for ant is also Anu. And the Hopi root word, Naki, means friends. Thus, the Hopi, Anunnaki, or ant friends, may have been the same as the Sumerian Anunnaki, the beings who once came to Earth from the heavens. There is also the similar pronunciation of the Hopi ancestors, the Anasazi. Again, we see this phrase in another belief, in another part of the world. Is this a coincidence or evidence? Is it possible to suggest that the Ant people and the Anunnaki were similar beings who visited Earth in remote past to give our ancestors a helping hand? Is it possible that these stories interacted somehow? Whether or not there is an actual connection between the two, it certainly gives one pause that creation stories were very similar. It also makes the point that celestial communication has been a curiosity of mankind for much longer than UFO sightings in the 20th century. As we continue searching in the skies for answers, it is humbling to think how many centuries the questions have possibly been asked. What do you think about the Hopi Ant people, the Anunnaki, and alien visitations in the past? Share your mind in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe.